Hello and welcome back to reading my Radioapple fanfic. This is the fanfic I wrote on Wattpad, and in my comments I will link my Wattpad in case you want to go on there, read this fanfic or any of my other fanfics. This is chapter 11 of my Radioapple fanfic, and I will make myself mini. Alright, chapter 11, let's get into it. During the time that Alistair was off finding and talking to Charlie, Lucifer had walked off on his own around the hotel and out back. In the backyard was a garden. Not a pretty one because of being in hell. The flowers were venomous and had toxic fumes coming from them and deadly poisonous garden snakes that slithered through. It might not have been the prettiest view, but there was a bench he could sit on and think to himself privately. Lately, he has been spending so much more time with Alistair, it was weird. He almost forgot what loneliness felt like. He missed his wife, or maybe secretly he should admit his ex-wife at this point. He thought to himself. He just had a hard time facing the reality or admitting it out loud that the relationship was dead in the water. He thought he could never feel anything for anyone else again until that radio demon entered his life. It was hard to face the fact that he genuinely wanted to be close with Alistair. He wanted his attention. He liked him spending every night with him. He looked forward to every day at the hotel with him. He was even so understanding about his calls with Lilith every evening. He didn't intervene or force him to stop talking to her. Lucifer shook his head. How could he be falling for a demon that also pisses him off and rage baits him? What is happening, he thought. He was keeping a secret from Alistair too. Lucifer knows that Lilith will be returning by the end of the month to visit Charlie in her hotel. Whether she stays in hell or the hotel, Lucifer wasn't sure, but it's nerve-wracking nonetheless. How would Alistair react to seeing her in person? How would Lilith react about Alistair? He hadn't told her about him either. Why is it so hard to move on from an ex-wife he loved dearly and move on with a demon he never knew he could love the same as her? Everything is complicated and complex for him emotionally. He sat there holding his head in his hands, drowning in thoughts and voices in his head. He shook his head again, trying to snap out of the mental state he was in. He sighed and stood up. Maybe he needs to go back to the bar and ask Husk for a drink, he thought to himself, as he gathered his feelings and waltzed back inside. As he was approaching the bar inside the hotel, he noticed in his periphery vision, Alistair walking out of the lounge with Charlie. Charlie parted away to find Vaggie again, while Alistair walked over to Lucifer because he noticed him too. Alistair walked right up to the bar, standing beside Lucifer, and asked Husk for a couple shots of whiskey for him and the king. Lucifer locked eyes with Alistair and said, "You knew I needed a drink?" "Trust me, I need one too," Alistair replied. Husk put the glasses of alcohol down in front of them along with the bottle. "Here, you're probably gonna drink all of it anyway, like the last time." "Such a good pet cat," Alistair said in a smart-ass tone, which made Husk growl and cuss under his breath. Alistair grabbed the glasses and bottle and nudged the king to follow him. Lucifer listened, and they made their way to Alistair's room instead of Lucifer's for once. Taking a look around, Lucifer could see that Alistair changed the atmosphere for them. Instead of being a swampy bayou and dead animals, he had transformed it to look more normal. There was actually a bed and nightstands and coffee table and couch. "This is not what I remember your room looking like before, Rudolph," Lucifer said. "We always go to your room because of my environment, but today I changed some things so you could be in my space too. Don't think of me as some softy, though." The demon sat down and patted the seat beside him for Lucifer to sit beside him, and he put the whiskey and glasses on the coffee table. Lucifer sat down beside him and drank his shot to ease himself up. "I think I need to talk to you about something." "Good, because I want to be the one you talk to," Alistair said after taking his shot to also ease up. Lucifer scooted closer to him. "Well, there's something I know that you don't." Alistair raised an eyebrow. "What, did you find a new demon to drink with?" he joked. "No." Lucifer rubbed the back of his neck nervously, not knowing the outcome. Well, you see, Lilith, she's coming back way sooner than you know, like by the end of this month soon." Alistair's eyes twitched as he acted level-headed and poured 2 more shots for them. "Oh my, Charlie said she would return soon, but I didn't know that soon." "What did you talk to Charlie about?" Lucifer asked curiously. Nothing you need to fret over. I needed some advice on hosting the hotel thing, and he likes to talk. And she likes to talk about her mom. Why did I write he? That's stupid. She likes to talk about her mom, Alistair lied. Well, if you want advice, you can take some from the big boss of hell himself, Lucifer chuckled. Alistair slugged back his second shot. Oh, and do tell, what advice do you have for me as a host? Lucifer also drank his second shot. Every guest you could offer a complimentary rubber ducky to. Alistair laughed. Of course you would think of something like that. After the third and fourth shots they drank, it was around the time of the evening again when Lilith would usually call. On some level, they both were expecting it, but for some reason, it didn't. I meant to write didn't happen. After weeks of the same thing, his phone was dry of calls. And texts. Do you think she's officially done with me at this point? Lucifer asked him while also nudging for another shot. Alistair poured their fifth shot to drink. I think she's been done, actually. The real question to ask is, when will you be done? There's no way you could fight every night over the phone the way you have been. No way you want to fight every night the way you have been. Lucifer sighed and drank his whiskey. Do you think she ever kept her wedding ring? I question why you still wear yours, Alistair said, taking another drink. Lucifer looked down at the gold ring around his finger. The hope he once had for a reconciled marriage one day is falling apart. He took it off slowly, just staring at it. Alistair watched him put it down on the coffee table with widened eyes. I think you're right. Wearing it is just a constant reminder of the past, and I don't need that, Lucifer sighed. Alistair knew he had the king falling a little more in his lap. It was a great first step to moving on. Alistair wanted to guarantee a connection between them so he wouldn't so easily run back to familiarity if she wanted him. He leaned in, cupping the king's face in his hands and giving him a long kiss on the lips. Alistair was starting to like the affection they shared secretly. He wouldn't talk about it. He compartmentalized it in his head. But nevertheless, he started to love it. Lucifer couldn't help but crave the affection also. He didn't want to be alone anymore. He wanted this demon kissing him tenderly. When they pulled away from each other, they looked in each other's eyes. Then Alistair grabbed Lucifer's hand, pulling him over to the bed. And this is all I have for chapter 11. So I hope you all enjoyed it. And when we come back, we're going to read chapter 12. See where it goes from here. Bye.